White manager calls cop on black girl speechless when her mom. The CEO arrives. Before we dive in this story, hit the comments and tell us your city or country. Let's see how far this story reaches. If you like the video, please subscribe. She was looking at the makeup. Aisle barely 13, polite and curious. But that didn't matter. The white store manager narrowed his eyes, already dialing 911. Suspicious behavior, he claimed. She hadn't even touched a thing. Within minutes, a cop entered the store, hand already on his belt. The girl froze, her heart pounding. But before the officer could say a word, a black luxury car screeched to a halt outside. A woman in heels stepped out, calm, assertive, furious. It was her mother. And what she did next left the entire store speechless. Watch until the end. You won't believe what happens next. Talia was 13 and loved everything about colors, lip glosses, nail polish, and glittery eyeshadow. She wasn't buying. She was browsing. After school, while waiting for her mom to finish a board meeting. The store? A popular chain in an upscale neighborhood. But to the white manager watching from behind the counter, Talia didn't belong. She noticed his eyes tracking her every step, his walkie crackling every few seconds. Still, she stayed calm. She had done nothing wrong. Then, out of nowhere, a cop walked in. Someone had called claiming there was a possible shoplifter. Talia's breath hitched. Her hands trembled and her mind raced. She had heard stories like this, but she never thought it'd be her. The officer approached slowly, eyes scanning her backpack. Across town, her mother, Ava Sinclair, the newly appointed CEO of a Fortune 500 company, was getting a call she never expected. Her daughter was being racially profiled. And she was. On her way, the officer asked Talia to empty her pockets. She tried to hold back tears, but her voice shook as she replied, "I haven't stolen anything." The store manager stood confidently behind the officer, arms folded, waiting for his "I told you so" moment. Customers stopped to watch, some shaking their heads, others whispering. No one stepped in. Just as Talia reached into her bag, the store's glass doors flew open. Ava Sinclair didn't speak at first. Her heels clicked against the tile like gunfire, sharp, cold, deliberate. Heads turned. She wore a tailored black blazer and a sharp expression that made everyone pause. The officer looked up, unsure. The manager opened his mouth, but Ava raised one hand. Silence. She walked straight to her daughter, wrapped an arm around her, and turned to the officer. "I'm her mother. And I'm also the CEO of the company that owns the lease on this building." Gasps. The cop blinked. The manager paled. "I want the security footage pulled. I want the report in writing. And I want him gone before I finish this call," she said, already dialing legal. People recorded. Talia's head slowly rose, her fear replaced by pride. The manager sputtered, "I was just doing my job." "No," Ava replied, voice like steel. "You were doing your version of justice, and now real accountability begins." Within minutes, the regional director was on speakerphone, apologizing profusely. Ava remained calm, cool, and unshaken. She demanded that the store close temporarily and that the manager be suspended immediately. The cop quietly stepped away, realizing he had walked into something far bigger than a routine call. Customers who had once watched in silence now applauded as the manager was escorted out. Stunned and humiliated, Ava knelt beside Talia. "You did nothing wrong. And I'll never let the world make you feel small for existing." Talia finally smiled. One moment of injustice had sparked a reckoning, and the cameras kept rolling. That night, the story trended on social media. #ProtectBlackGirls lit up timelines. Interviews poured in, but Ava declined them all. "It's not about fame," she said. "It's about change." The manager was fired. The store chain issued a public apology and announced new anti-bias training across all locations. But more importantly, people started talking. Talia's quiet courage and Ava's powerful stand became a symbol of what happens when Black voices refuse to stay silent. How many more children must be criminalized before society sees their worth? How many more mothers must fight battles that should never exist? You watched this. You felt something. So what will you do next? Let us know what city and country you're watching from. Your voice matters. Take care.